What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to bring you a quick unboxing and overview of our new mirrorless camera. This is the Nikon Z6II, and currently I still own, but previously I'm going to own the Nikon Z6. That's what this video is actually being shot on. So this will give you a good idea of what the video will be like coming straight out of the camera with some minor video editing. This is being shot in 4K, so it'll give you an idea because the sensor is the exact same in the Z6II, so the video and photos should be almost identical. But I'll go through, kind of get you what's in the box, the general, what comes with it. This is a really hard camera to find right now. Any camera is, mainly because there was a factory that actually burnt down that made a lot of the parts for this, and with COVID, everyone's doing a lot more stuff from home. That's one reason why I upgraded to this, was that I wanted a little bit more, well, I'll get into that during the unboxing, but I really like my Nikon Z6, but I had a little extra money, and it was a good time, good deal, because it came with the Ftc adapter for a little over $2,000. I think it was $2,046. I did purchase on Amazon. I'll put the link below, but it is very hard to find in stock. So previously I've been mainly shooting all the videos from this channel on the Z6, and all the photos that I take I've done with that. I really like the Nikon platform. It's a platform I'm familiar with. I like that I can afford the lenses, which is one reason I actually prefer the Canon lenses, but I just can't afford them. The 50 1.2 lens for the R mount is like $2,500, $2,200, and that's just out of my price range. So I'll get in, show you what's in the box, talk about a few things, because not much has really changed between the Z6 and the Z6II. Nothing's changed with the body that I'm aware of. But we'll jump in, see what you get, and see what what a $2,000 camera looks like in the box. Alright, so first we'll start out here with the Ftz Adapter. I actually do not plan on keeping this. Not really the biggest fan of adapting lenses. I will generally just use the Z mount lenses. Currently I have the 24 1.8s and the 50 1.8s. I would love to have the 35. I've had that previously, and then I'll probably get the 85 at some point. But jumping in, see what we get here. This adapter is actually fairly expensive if you buy it separately, so you get some manual stuff, pretty common. And then actual adapter. I've actually never seen the adapter, the box. I do like that it's all mainly recyclable material, besides the wrapping. Alright, so look at it here. It's actually lighter than I was expecting, but gives you a little bit of an idea. It actually is much lighter than what I was thinking it was going to be, but basically it'll adapt the older Nikon. I believe it's the f-mount lenses. So that's really it there. Again, nothing too fancy or special. If you can buy the Z6 or the Z6II with this included, it's much cheaper, so I'd recommend doing that. Alright, so now getting into the camera now. There's a few minor changes with the actual camera. The big thing is that it has two card slots, so it has a SD card slot and it has a CF Express card slot, which is probably what the first Z camera should have came out with. But the box, it's almost identical to the original one. So you get your manuals, pretty basic stuff. I do recommend going through these. It looks like you get two. I don't really like that they do both languages. It seems like a waste of material. Be nice if you'd be able to choose that. But I'd recommend going through this. It's a useful manual, and it's not very thick, so it's pretty easy to go through. And once you get all your settings down on the camera, generally it stays about where it's at. So you get USB-C. USB-C to USB-A. This does charge through USB-C. It has a newer battery, which gives it a little bit more shots and a little bit more battery life. The same adapter. If you look at that, it's literally no different than the old one. Actually, it's a little bit different color. So you can actually still use this to charge the old Nikon batteries also. So it is backwards compatible, which is nice. You get your strap here. I've never used these before. I'd really recommend getting like a Peak Design or something like that if you're actually wanting to use a strap. And then I have no idea. I'm not going to unpack this stuff. Actually, I have no idea what this is. Some type of bracket. Maybe it's for the battery pack that you can get with it now. Not sure. Again, that's not something I'm going to use, but nice to have that. And then this is the newer battery. It actually does feel a little bit, would show you the old battery, but it's currently in the camera right now, so it does look a little bit larger than before. Not by much. It's the ENEL15C. Again, all these are backwards compatible, so you can use this in multiple. I believe this will work on the old Z6 also. That's really it for the battery, not anything. I think it's like 15-20% more capacity than previously. And then your plug. That's usually how I use it with the charger. So now getting into the actual camera, not much has changed. Actually, the body is identical from what I've seen and read, but we'll kind of get an idea if it's actually the same or not. So there, looks like you have your Nikon Z6II little logo there. The buttons, maybe. Sorry, I'm looking at my other camera. They are actually still the same. The top is going to be the same also. The big thing with this that's different is you now get dual card slots. So you get a standard SD and CF Express, or XQD, whichever one. XQD is dying, so it's going to be CF Express at some point. The SD card is nice and having 2 card slots, mainly because SD cards are so much cheaper. The CF Express cards are very expensive, supposedly more reliable than the actual SD cards, but I've never had an issue with the cards dying before. Still, same articulating screen. I believe this is 3.2 inches. It's one of the nicer screens on the market. I wish it kind of was forward-facing, so it would flip outwards, but Nikon hasn't went that route yet. Same EVF. It's a pretty nice EVF. I would have liked to see a more responsive refresh rate. I think it's at 60. It'd be nice if it was 90, 120, just for if you're doing any type of sports. But this isn't really the camera if you're looking into sports. I would probably steer clear of this because the autofocus, while it's likely improved, because it has 2 Xperia 6 processors in it over the one that's in the original Z6, I don't really know how much improved the autofocus is. It's fine for me. We have a little one and I have no issues capturing him with this. The same ports here on the side. I don't think much has changed with the plugs or anything. Some people complain about these being flimsy and then breaking and kind of feeling cheap. I haven't had any issue with it. Same mounts here, same top. You get the same OLED display there. Same dial, the locks. Some people don't like that, but it doesn't bother me. And that's it. It's a nice, light, compact camera. The only negative is that this rubber sometimes can fall off or wear. That's what you get in the box. This is the same thing as the Z6. I'm hoping that the small improvements was mainly with the having 2 processors in it, having two card slots, will be a huge improvement for me. I do a lot more video currently than photos, but we do a decent amount of photo from time to time, mainly because we have an 8-month-old, so that will be nice to be able to have the option to hopefully track him a little better with the dual processors. The battery slot hasn't changed. I'm not going to open it, but nothing's changed there. So that's it. That's what you get in the box. Again, links below if you'd like to purchase this. If you have any questions about the Z6 platform in general, or if there's other videos you would like to see, let me know, and I will do the best to get some more videos out. I've been using the Z6 for over 6 months now, so I'm pretty familiar with it, but overall, I like it. This is probably the camera we'll probably keep for the next 10 years. I don't plan on upgrading or getting, you know, the Z6 III or the Z7. So that's really it. If you have any questions, comments, feel free to leave them below and I will get back to you. That's it, guys. Have a good rest of the weekend and be safe out there.